Hello ladies and gents, I'm DKD6 and today we got some amazing news from Nintendo. The Nintendo NX has finally been announced officially as the Nintendo Switch. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch, the features, everything we know about it, and the announcement trailer itself. And you did probably notice that I said the word we, because I'm not doing this alone. In this video, I have a special guest. It's Nexas of Ice, who you might remember from episodes of DK Nexus discussions, linked in the top right if you're interested. So, hello Nexus.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, yeah, so Nintendo NX. I knew this was going to happen today, but oh man, that is a bit of a surprise, isn't it? Like, wow.
Yes, it is. They got all the information out that a lot of the rumor mill has been churning out for the past, easily over a year. So now let's go into the meat of it on what they have officially shown us and told us.
Yeah, so first of all, if you want to see the official trailer, I'm not going to put it on this video because Nintendo's notorious for flagging videos. So there'll be a link in the description for the official trailer. So let's just get into it. So I think we should talk about the hardware first, from what we can see in the video and these little press releases and stuff.
As the rumors have been running around for the past year, that it is going to be not only a dedicated TV-based console, but one that you can just lift it out and bring it on the go. So what we have seen is that it is going to have some sort of TV docking port with it, and it is also clearly used for a mobile tablet on-the-go gaming device.
Yeah, and it's got these little controllers on it that you can slot into the side. So the actual console itself, it's like a 7-inch tablet screen. No idea if it's touchscreen or not. They didn't show that. It's got these two little controllers on the side of it, and they're calling them Joy-Cons. So it's like a split between a joystick and a controller. And you can literally slide them off the screen or slide them onto the screen, depending on if you want to play the games in a portable way on the go, or slot them into the docking station in front of your television at home and detach them and stuff. It's a really cool concept, and I'm loving the design of this thing. It looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, and the plus side is they also came out with a what looks like a Pro controller. So it appears from pictures and information that those Joy-Con controllers will come with the console, and it will have an attachable, slide-on section, so you can make those Joy-Cons into a more traditional controller.
Yeah, they're calling it the Joy-Con grip.
Okay, yeah, so now you can assemble those into a more traditional style. So that's probably what's going to be packaged with the console or device itself.
Yeah.
But from what we're seeing, it also they're also giving an option for a high-end traditional controller that looks fabulously made. It looks like it's a really solid piece of equipment.
Yeah, I mean, the portability of this thing looks amazing. And the fact that you can use the Joy-Con controllers, like you can hand one off to a friend and you can have one each and play 2-player games. So you don't have to use both controllers by yourself. It's pretty crazy.
Indeed. The things that the tablet seems to be having is there is clearly a nice headphone jack to it. Even the Wiimote style controllers, the Joy-Con controllers, from what we saw, You can take each one of those halves of those controllers, hand it off to a friend, and they can act independently for 2 players. So each one of those pieces, right side is player 1, left side is player 2, and you can grab and go as far as that goes, which is really cool. The other detail that seems to be confirmed is that it is, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say cartridge-based, but it is a physical memory card-based system for the media, similar to the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, no, I like that. I mean, it gives you this nostalgic feeling of Nintendo games. I mean, I know they're not real cartridges per se, but I just like the fact that this thing it's a console for your house. It's a portable console that you can have on the go. One thing that I'm worried about is battery life, but I really like that you can be playing a game. Let's say that you're commuting home or you're commuting to work or something, and on your way home, you play the game, you get home, you slot it into this docking station, and then bam, the game's on your TV screen and you just continue playing. It's such a cool idea. I don't know why no one's done it in this way before, because the concept and even the name, for a Nintendo console, the name is even cool.
Well, over the last 10 years, I think at this point, everyone's pretty much on board saying that it is now cost effective for manufacturers to make memory chips or, a media that is cheap enough to where it's not, prohibitively expensive to do so. 10 years ago, try to get let's say a game is going to say 10 gigs. Just throw that out there, which is a little more than a Blu-ray, right? Let's say 10 gigs. It would be really expensive. Yeah,
Blu-ray's
it's clearly more than
50.
DVD. But yes, but let's say 10 gigs, which is still a lot of data. Let's say even 16 for a memory brick now. 10 years ago, they were really expensive to manufacture.
Yeah.
But now you can make those for, probably in China like pennies. So now it's cheap enough for them to go back to that and rely on that as well. And I'm sure that they're going to have some sort of digital system as well, so which is really cool.
Yeah.
So as far as their, game delivery system, and they are meant for kids. That's Nintendo. They always do the family thing. And I'm sorry, I'm a parent. There's no way that I want to say, here's a disc or here's something that's easily bent or destroyed. Digital is a good way to go, but it is nice to say, here's also a chip that, you can step on reasonably and survive and move on. They're built more like a tank in that regard. So that's always cool.
Yeah, the other cool thing is, prior to this announcement, the rumors were all saying that it's most likely going to be an AMD GPU in this thing. But it's just now been confirmed that the GPU in this thing is powered by NVIDIA, and it looks like it's going to be an NVIDIA Tegra processor. We don't know the exact processor that it's going to be or how many teraflops it has or anything like that. But it does look like it's going to be kind of powerful because they're saying that it's running on the high efficient latest architecture. I have a feeling it's not Pascal, maybe the last generation of GPU, but I don't know. I mean, it looks really cool.
The graphics in general that we've shown, it's Nintendo. Usually they're never super graphics heavy, but I think that they did say that they want to try to get as much third-party support as possible, which means it has to somewhat compete for developers nowadays. But again, you're having a market that's probably not geared towards, like a AAA game that big. But even let's say if it's NVIDIA, their Shield systems, their Shield tablets, I own a Shield tablet, or even their Shield console-esque sort of thing, they're actually able to handle pretty decent graphics processing. So apparently that they're going some sort of mobile processor. The technology is up there for developers to use what they want to kind of get that power out of it. So they probably were going for the cost-effective. It's Nintendo. They always go for some sort of cost-effective measure. They've always been known to actually make money on their consoles when it comes to down to a console-on-console sale. Like Sony and Microsoft, let's say first year launch minimum, they always lose money on the console.
Yeah.
They want to get it out there. Nintendo has been known to actually make money on their consoles. And
Yeah,
that's
they
part
always
of their
do.
That's part of their manufacturing mentality as well. So that's probably what drove those choices and their design of this as well too. And if I recall, the mobile processors and everything, they're also less power hungry compared to their desktop based counterparts.
Yep.
So you're probably going to get better battery life,
yeah,
exactly, out of those systems, and at the same time, because it's not a custom chip or anything crazy, developers are going to be more familiar with it, and it's going to be more developer friendly, which is what Nintendo has said that they want. So that's about as much as I have to say on the hardware.
Yeah, I think the GPU should pack at least a bit of a punch because they showed Skyrim running on the damn thing.
Yep.
So yeah,
that's something that we will see and something that we're pretty excited for. I think the last section that we're going to go on is the game selection. Which ones did you see?
Before we do that, I just wanted to touch on a quick thing. The docking station. One of the thoughts that I had about the docking station was Nexus, you were saying that it hasn't been confirmed if the docking station provides any additional GPU power and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right about that.
A thought that I just had was maybe, okay, let's say the screen on the actual tablet itself, let's say that it's a 900p screen or something, right? Now, let's say that when you plug it into the docking station may actually be the device that upscales the image to 1080p.
That is a very good possibility. And at the same time, if they did do the docking station, I you know how you can have two processors and run them in tandem, and then you can have your lower end games, run it at a lower resolution on your screen. But then if you want the power to compete with that AAA, mentality, you can have hardware in the docking station, and that says developers saying, hey, we can make these AAA games for this console and it still be good. So that's awesome. So there is a possibility of that. So far, what information I've seen, I haven't confirmed that, but that is still exciting if that is a possibility.
Cool. That's all I have to say about the docking station. So yeah, moving on to the games, 48 software companies have pledged support to the Nintendo Switch, which is already way more than the Wii U. So I think this is a huge leap in the right direction for Nintendo, and me as a gamer who hasn't really bought all of the Nintendo consoles, I've never been a Nintendo gamer, even I'm excited about this thing, just for the social aspects of it. We can grab your Switch and run out the house and play two-player games in the car, and my nephew's going to love this thing. I'm really compelled by the idea and design of this console. It's freaking awesome.
Yep. The games that piqued my interest were obviously you have the Zelda. I guess we're calling it Zelda Switch now, it's called Breath of the Wild. So I guess they're not using that. So it is Breath of the Wild on the Switch, and then Splatoon that I was also looking at. From what the last thing I heard is that it is a dedicated development, so you'll have an official Wii U version and a Switch version for Zelda. And if that's any indication on that sort of thing, I assume that means that the Splatoon game that they were also showing is also a port of that game, a dedicated port to the Nintendo Switch. So far, it doesn't look like there's any backwards compatibility with their Wii U games. There's potential to, but it looks like they're all making completely dedicated ports for their games. There's also an unnamed Mario game, which is really cool.
Yeah, and Mario Kart was on there as well.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Nintendo Switch, unless you can think of anything else, Nexus.
Nope. We're probably going to be doing some more research and seeing what Nintendo throws our way, and we'll probably come back to you with a more informative and detailed video on all the nitty-gritty stuff, and we'll keep this short to let you guys get excited yourself.
Okay, cool. So the Nintendo Switch is launching next year in March. There is no price point at this time. It looks freaking awesome. Watch the trailer linked down below. I'm DK86.
And I'm Nexas of Ice.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.